Hey guys, we're in the compost pile because this is the first full week of April. I'm seeing things leaf out, so I need my compost to start adding to my plants as their fertilizer. I'm going to be using, on the day I fertilize, I'm going to be using an organic fertilizer, probably plant tone, and I need compost. So today we're going to clean up this compost pile, which it needs, and I have a couple plants in this little nursery. And this is the Selaginella Braunii or Arborvitae Fern, which I'm hoping I get planted today because why shouldn't I? It's been in the ground all winter. This is a it's a Rudbeckia, an all yellow one, and I'm not going to plant it today. It may get stuck in the compost pile here again until I decide if it's going to make it or not. Then I'll put a picture up on the screen what that looks like. But you can see the Arborvitae Fern is very pretty. This is a normal brown color. This is what they do in the winter, and then this will all green up whether you cut it back or not. But we're here for the compost pile. So I'm going to be taking, this is composted compost. This pile was started probably April last year, 2021. This is a year old, and this is what I started last year. So this would be 2020 pile. This was 2019 that's used, 2020, 2021 is going to get switched over to this. So here we go. We've got to move this compost into where the composted compost goes. So let's get this going and get it all switched over so that I can be using it for all of my plants. I do nothing special except throw my yard waste, food waste, which you can see on these piles. Any old potting soil, which you can see. I do turn it at least once a month and let the rest just happen through the natural rains and heat and water. It's not a hard job, but this soil is wonderful. And you might see that there's some things that haven't completely composted. I don't worry about that because once I put it in the ground, it'll decompose and nourish your soil. Because it's all about feeding your soil for the long term. And that's why organics are good. They feed the soil. They feed the bugs that are in there. That's why you mulch. Compost is a great mulch. And if you have the room, it's just the best soil you can have, that you save a lot of money by just repurposing all of your yard waste right here. I do my grass clippings and yeah, excuse me. My back is to the camera. Yeah. All right. So I've continued. It scared me. I've continued shoveling. Look how much. You don't realize how much compost you have until you start clearing it out.
That is a lot of dirt.
I love dirt. There's all kinds of memes out there about loving dirt.
What was that one I sent you?
Talk dirty to me.
Dirt to me.
Talk dirt to me. Yeah, I got that last night when I was upstairs reading. Talk dirt to me. So, yeah.
That is a lot of compost, Teresa.
It is. I love it. But we have a lot of plants, and I've got to also, I'm going to be putting the compost right below you, Reg, is the cutting garden. And I need to throw compost on top of it when the time comes to get it ready. So this is a great pile of good dirt. And we'll get to start saving all of our scraps for 2023. Okay, so I've got all the dirt moved into the big pile, and now you just start dumping your pile that you started last spring and turning it over. You can use, as you can see, I've got shredded.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the shredded paper.
Yeah, shredded paper. I'm going to go ahead and throw that on there. Shredded paper. Ooh. And you can see this hasn't been turned in quite a while. This one didn't get turned since last October. So everything was on top. It's going on the bottom. All your annuals, food scraps. It doesn't smell real good. It's just all thawed out in the last week. This time last week, we were having 30-degree days with wind chills of 12 and 14. And today it is up to 70 with some rain, which is good. So yeah, I'm going to continue on. We'll come right back to this once I get it all turned over. Guys, so I finished taking last year's beginning stages of compost into what'll be next year's, and you can see it started. You can see it's already started to decompose. This is what I'm going to be using this spring. Hopefully I'll start fertilizing later this week or first of next week. And what I like to do, yeah, it's really nice and rich, beautiful soil. I usually throw this tarp, old plastic bag, right on top of it so that when I go to use it, it isn't too wet. So I would like to get this Selaginella into the ground. Should we do that today or another day? Let's just do it, because since it's out of the ground, let me take compost with me. The Arborvitae Fern, or Selaginella Braunii, they like well-drained soil. It can take partial shade to partial sun, and it grows 12 to 18 inches tall. Where's my shovel? I need the shovel and my biotone. And the nice thing about it, it forms nice little clumps so that once it's a little more mature, I can divide it. I'm going to put it over here under and around my hairy ladder walking stick. This is all different types of ferns. We have a maiden fern here that hasn't come out. So I thought it'd be nice to put this Selaginella Braunii right in here. And it stays low so that all the rest of these ferns are high, so it'll give me a little depth of color. And there's hosta in here as well. So let's just get this in the ground. I will add a little biotone to the hole for its roots. From what I've read, it looks like it's a pretty resilient plant. So it does like well-drained soil, and the soil does drain well. Plus we keep adding mulch and compost, and you can see it looks nice. So it's supposed to rain today, so I won't have to rain. I'd like to also get out and rake up all those. Look with the winds, we've had strong winds. So we're going to shake this up a little bit and get this. You always want to plant at the same level you take it out of the pot. This looks pretty good. So I'm going to get my biotone, throw a handful, which is about a half a cup. I have measured my hand. Biotone is just to stimulate good root growth. So there's half a cup in there. And I'm going to put this probably just like that. And I might get some compost in here. And then I'll put the other soil on top with more compost. Let's get that around there. Give it a nice, good start. I think Yep, I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. Let those roots reach down. You really can tell, you want the roots always to be loosened just a little bit. There we go. And I think Selaginella Braunii is going to be much happier out of its pot and ready to bring a lot of color in this area. And I did bring a nice little marker so that I don't forget, because I tend to do that. But anyhow, that is gardening on the West Fork, zone 5, no, zone 6. Moving the compost pile, getting the compost ready to be thrown all through the perennial beds, and planting the Selaginella Braunii, first planting of the season. So thanks for watching Gardening on the West Fork, and we'll see you in the next video.